Okay, quick update on what's starting to be a little zoo here. Alright, so we'll start with the Karsten's Girdled lizards. As you can see, I've moved the light down to this lower platform. It gives an additional basking spot down in here because basically everyone's sort of stuck basking up there. Now, there haven't been any issues. Most of the time they don't even sit up on the rock. They kind of sit around the outside, or underneath there's like a little hide. And they sit in there quite often. You can see through it. But this one is a low power heat and UVB with a small halogen and a CFL that puts out UVB. Up there I've got the mercury vapor and then another small CFL for UVB because we have, I don't know if you can see it up there, that one is definitely arboreal. It basically is nested in the top of the tree. Oh geez, there goes a cricket. As you can see, it's killing the pothos, but who cares? I'll let it die and let this side be a little bit less green, I guess, and we'll focus on keeping this side alive because nobody really goes up there, and I'll probably end up moving that grow light over there as well. Temperatures I generally keep in the low 80s. Humidity varies somewhat because this is an open top. So right now it's at 24. Yesterday it got as low as like 14, so pretty low humidity. I do spray occasionally, which brings up the humidity short term. You can see we've got one here hanging out on a little platform. This is, if you've seen any of the other videos, this is Minerva. She is the best hunter. I don't actually know that it's a girl, but excuse me. She is by far the best hunter. Ate an entire earthworm the other day and hunts crickets like crazy. That's Stump up there. Stump isn't as good at hunting, but does well enough. You can see all the hard water. This is a reused tank, so I wasn't able to get all the hard water off. The other one I am going to start calling Fale, which is crazy in French, because she's crazy. Flies around, rarely comes out, but when she does, she's all over the place. So I haven't got video of her yet, really, except basking a little bit, so hopefully I'll get some more of that coming up here soon. So outside of that, if you've seen the other videos, I added some pretty big branches down here. That one in the back is just, another way for them to climb up and down when they want to get to the ledge, because right now they were kind of stuck with the rock, which is pretty smooth, and then the back wall, which is very vertical. So this gives them additional climbing. These two were part of the same piece. I just cut it in half. It's got a lot of really cool holes that were made by ants or termites or something, but a lot of little grooves and textures and hiding places. Just I'll come over here and show you so you can see. Stupid glare. Yeah, there's some really big holes in there. That is the tornado thing that goes off every day at noon. But yeah, just some places for the crickets to hide, and they do hide in there. So then this other one is just a nice big piece. It's got some nice lichen coating on it, which looks good. And again, it goes up to the platform, so they can have an additional way of getting up there. I did also moved that one. It was sitting here by the water dish, but the water dish was just way too hard to access, which was part of why I decided to change all this. In terms of any other changes, there aren't really any. See, the ferns are still doing okay, so they seem to be surviving. This one over here in particular, even though it had its roots all torn up, is doing very well. And then like I said, I put some earthworms in there. A couple of them got caught and eaten, but the rest were able to find, these little holes that are under the rocks that I'm not sure if you can really see, but they so hopefully they'll be digging around. There's let's come over here so you can see it better. There it is. Now you can't see it because of the light, but there we go. So there's a moist layer there, and then it's just dry at the top, like an inch maybe. So the earthworms should be able to, stay moist enough to stay alive and eat up whatever ends up at the bottom of the tank and gets mixed into the soil. Like I said, there are some crickets floating around in here. I do add, a few every day. These animals do eat a lot of crickets. So if you do decide to get one, just be prepared. They are avid hunters, so you have to be able to make sure you have a good supply. I was thinking about this today because I've been watching some videos, and that little face up there, it seems like these guys are like a smaller version of an Ackie. The Ackie monitors behavior seems pretty similar to these. Now these guys probably aren't going to be quite as arboreal, but obviously somewhat, and it just makes me wonder if I had put more of a arboreal system in here, then maybe they would be using it more. Certainly Stump would be using it more. So I did add some branches down here that'll give that feel kinda, and we'll see how they like it. So let's move over to Scorpion. As you can see, I put up a big blinder. Scorpion has been kind of stressed out lately. I don't know what's been going on, but last couple days it hasn't been eating as much. It may just be brumation, but I figure it's probably safer just to kind of give it a little bit of space so it doesn't have to freak out every time it sees me. Hey buddy. But you see it's pretty comfortable here with this blinder up. Maybe you can't tell, but it ate a lot this morning with this blinder up. So I'm gonna leave this up for a couple days just to let it get comfortable again. I, approach slowly and kind of peek my head up and let it get comfortable with me being there again, because clearly something happened. But this one has had a pretty similar, see, there it goes. Pretty similar humidity. I can't really get to the view there right now, but it's been around 20%. The fan's been on and off. I did put a little water dish in there just to be sure that the stress wasn't caused by dehydration. You can see some of those little plants in the back have still been growing, and it's been nipping the buds off of them, but I kind of gotta let my other little lentil sprouts come back from how much it was eating them before. So anyway, otherwise Scorpion's been doing good. Definitely still eating lentil seeds and a little bit of greens here and there, but it just wasn't as much the last couple days. I did pull out part of this vent, leave this a little more open, get a little better airflow in there. It's nice and warm in there, and it stays pretty consistent, but I'd just like to give it a little more airflow, a little more cool breeze down at the bottom, just to make sure that it has a cool gradient, warm to cool gradient between, this large rock on the back platform here is kind of the hot spot. That's the warmest ambient air temperature. versus like down here, underneath here, probably is usually in the 70s. And I think that this airflow will help, keep that a nice gradient and have different temperature areas for the animal to go to. So next off, I do want to go over my little colonies real quick. Started a couple more because there will be probably a new addition to our group coming up here soon. So first we have the dubia roaches, which are new. You can see there's one there. Here's one there. And certainly the rest are stuck under that little egg crate. I need to get a bigger egg crate. Oh, there's another one moving around underneath there. They got plenty of food, and there's only, I think, like 8 or 10, and I'm just going to kind of leave these guys for a while just to, get comfortable or whatever. Actually. All right, so close that baby up. I do have just a container of night crawlers. I've been slowly introducing them in with the Karsten's girdled lizards because they do eat them. And I added some of my own dirt so it had some extra stuff to eat. But let's see. There's not very many left. I think there were only 12 to begin with. Yeah, here's one. Oh, there he is. Nope, there he's not. Well, geez, you're quick. Sucker got away. There he is. So, some decent sized worms. These guys can eat them. And it's really fun to watch. They shake them like a dog, or again, like an Ackie monitor would. Just shake them like crazy. Slowly swallow them. Okay, next up, we have the springtail culture that I saved. Saw me put that in a couple of containers in a previous video. But again, I added some of my own leaf litter and soil. And there's a nice, it's not as packed as it was before, obviously. But there's a nice amount of little springtails running around. We'll give them some time and recolonize. One of these days when I open this up, it'll be just as packed as last time. And last but not least, well, actually not last, we have the cricket colony. Now, basically the way I'm running this is I'm keeping these crickets in here and just sort of replacing them as I feed them. I'm trying to keep the oldest ones around for a little bit so they can, you can see we've got a couple with wings in here. Let's back up so we got better light. And that one's got some wings, and I think I saw one run under here. Yep, that one's got some wings. So they're getting to be mature and will be breeding. And so, the eggs will just be in here. Oop, that one's got some messed up wings. But it seems to be okay. And, one day then, ideally, oh, there's some more. One day, ideally, there will be, ooh, yeah, this is like where the cool kids hang out. Sorry, one day there will be some births. Are you dead? What happened to you? Why are you like that? Oh, you just molted, probably. Well, look at you, little guy. Not doing too good. Let's get you out of there. Put you in the Karsten's enclosure for somebody to kill. Or just eat your dead body. And the far less popular, but still quite popular. There's another fresh one. So there's probably some skins around here. I know everybody's gonna say that this thing is too low, but I haven't had any escapees yet. So there's plenty of food in there. Got some apple, potato, squash, lettuce, a little bit of pizza crust from last night, which they highly enjoyed. So yeah, that's doing pretty good. There's plenty of food ready to go for the Karsten's lizards. Now let's finish up with the mealworms. Went and got some more, and they are just going crazy. Some dried chicken in there, some apple slices, little squash. There were greens, but they are gone. You can see just tons of them. I'm not messing with these too much. I want to get some darkling beetles and kind of start a colony. It'll be fun to put these in with the Karsten's beetles once I'm ready. You know, and I may do that today, just throw a couple in there. I doubt they'll eat them. They'll probably just get away. Are you dead? Yeah, you're dead. What are you? That might be a chicken bone. So anyway, as you can see, healthy little colony. Now, in the next box, I have kind of a weird combo. So first off, when I went out and gathered those big sticks that were in the Karsten's enclosure, I found this really cool moss that's stuck up on a bunch of roots. So I have that in here, keeping it moist, giving it low light, and it started to green up a little bit. You can't really see it. Yeah, there, that's better. So you can see, nice and green. I don't really know what I'm going to use this for because I have 2 arid enclosures, and probably the next animal that I'm going to get will also go in an arid enclosure. But it's fun, and it's starting to grow a little bit down here where it wasn't before, so that's kind of interesting. Now, alternatively, pull that out. This is also where I keep, I don't know if you can really see, but it's a pupa, mealworm pupa. There are a few in here. I kind of let it get too dry. I had it open on the top. I think some of them might have died. But if they didn't, great. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they end up coming out or not. But if they don't, no big deal. Which, speaking of the other night, and again, I didn't get video of it, unfortunately, but I did see a darkling beetle in the Uromastyx enclosure. So those mealworms that I put in a while ago have matured and pupated and become adults. So possibly they will start breeding in there, and if not, at least I'll have a couple darkling beetles to clean up in there. Okay, so I just keep it all, can't see, keep it all organized underneath here. Nice dark areas. Whoops. Yeah, because pretty much all these feeders like darkness. So you got crickets, dubias, springtails, earthworms, and then the 2 mealworm containers. This might end up getting upgraded a little bit, I'm not sure. But, you know, for now it's just so I don't have to, I'm trying to build up colonies so I don't have to buy feeders all the time because these guys are hungry. So yeah, that's pretty much the update. See, that one has come back down. It's kind of where they bask most of the time. All right.